What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen. I'm broadcasting from the Marriott Hotel in Southwest Houston right now. With me, we have the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFood.com.
Hey.
Say hello, Leon.
Hello,
the great
guy.
oracle of cryptocurrency and an all-around good guy. The Chuck Norris of crypto.
Yeah.
With us, in between me and LeonFood.com, we have Pastor Marco.
What's going on?
Okay, say hello, Pastor Marco.
What's up? Happy to be
Okay.
here.
So Pastor Marco has been a longtime follower of our channel, and he got into cryptocurrencies early this year and did well enough to where he's about to let go of some of his current job and just go to part-time and then focus more on the pastoring and his ministry and his spiritual work, and focus on being a crypto investor, more of a full-time crypto investor. And recently I made a video about how to be a crypto vlogger and talk about crypto and how to start a YouTube channel and make it succeed and everything. And in the video I mentioned that if you've been broadcasting, and once you get started, for a few months, and you've made a couple of videos a week and things like that, and reach out to me and let me know, and I'll introduce you to our viewers and our subscribers and help you get started. Because on YouTube, a lot of times the big channels that are big, like they forget that where you start out at. And so Leo and I are grateful that our YouTube channel became very popular in the cryptocurrency investing space, and we want to do everything we can to help other channels that are up and coming. And so Pastor Marco here was one of the first channels to contact us after we released our video, and we were coming here to the Houston for the oil and gas blockchain conference. And so we met up here because Pastor Marco is from the southern part of Houston, and so here we are. So how did first of all, let's start with the hurricane. How did you survive? How's everything with you and your family, your church and everything after Hurricane Harvey came through?
So our church did great, and actually because our church did great, I live on our church property. So I live in a parsonage on the property, and so we didn't take on any water, which is amazing, because parts of our city were under mandatory evacuation. We had evacuated before the hurricane hit, but our church property is high and dry, which is kind of a miracle. There's so much people flooding all around our county, we're blessed. We didn't get hit, and we got some help from FEMA as we were extended outside of home for a long time, and so we're doing good. And I basically came out really unscathed from the whole hurricane.
Okay, so I bet you we're glad to hear that everything is going well with you. So
thank you.
At least it seems like this part of Houston seems pretty in good shape.
Yeah.
This part of Houston,
like back to normal, pretty much.
So we're in the southwest part of Houston.
The west part.
West.
The west part, around was it north of Bel Air?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's get back to the cryptocurrency here. Let's talk about how you started out in crypto, because we have a lot of people that are starting out investing in cryptocurrencies and stuff, and I think that would really help them to understand how you got started. Because we've been broadcasting since 2013. We've been investing in cryptocurrencies for since late 2012, early 2013. So a lot of times when people are coming into crypto now, they feel like, hey, we don't have those opportunities anymore, and that they're latecomers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we always like to talk to the new people that come into cryptocurrencies and see how they got started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how did you first hear about Bitcoins, cryptocurrencies, and things like that?
Yeah.
And how did you first hear about it?
Sure. So back, I was listening to Jack Spirko, and at the time he was more libertarian than he is now. But he was talking about how Bitcoin, is decentralized, that it's the government can't stop it, and basically that it's not manipulated like like fiat is, And
anti-Fed?
yeah, sure.
He's like dollar vigilante.
Yeah, and so I thought, man, this sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it though. Like, you know, there's so many features to Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general that it's like it's one thing, but it's another thing. So I didn't really understand it. I heard about it in 2013 as it was going up to $1,000, and then I heard about. He talked about later on how if you wanted to get invested at any point, you would need a wallet. So why not set up a wallet? And Coinbase was around at the 2014 where I set up a wallet, and then in 2015 it dipped down to $248. I said I can buy one Bitcoin. You know, it's not going to change anything. And I knew, hey, it's been at $1,000. It's a great buy right now. So I bought one. And then at the beginning of this year, I had thought, you know, Bitcoin's did good for me, tripled, and I was thinking I need to diversify a little bit, look at some of these other markets, because Ethereum had already showed up on Coinbase, and I didn't know anything about it. Started watching Omar Bam because he was talking about, Ethereum, and basically I heard about you guys around that point, and started following you, and both you guys and then Adam Meister as well, we're all saying if you are in this space and you don't agree with me or you have a voice in this space, you should share it,
Yeah.
And but at the beginning of the year, I started diversifying through Ethereum and started looking at other crypto studying, and basically turned about $5,000. Originally, it was just my original $800 that I had, from the one Bitcoin, and but it kept multiplying. So I kept throwing, a thousand here and there, and just blew up in 100 days. Made about 20 grand, and I was like, I need to spend more time doing this. I need to, and so I read Princeton University's textbook on Bitcoin. I started reading through the Ethereum handbook, or I say handbook because it's so much smaller than the Bitcoin book, and started understanding and thinking, I know a lot more than most people that I know. I need to start telling people, because it's hard to do one-on-one with, and it's hours worth of conversation, Yeah,
so you basically, like, we originally started our channel because we got tired of explaining to our friends, family, and coworkers the same thing about Bitcoin. So basically you did the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
To help the people around you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now as a lot of the things that we get asked all the time from beginning cryptocurrency traders and investors is that when they see the price of Bitcoin today, like when we got into it, it was only in the double digits.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And when you're getting into it, it's in the triple digits.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the 200s, like you say, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, that's one of the investing strategies that we teach in our cryptocurrency investing bootcamp is to buy after the price drops and tanks, not when it's going up. So congratulations, for buying Bitcoin after it's crashed to the bottom, okay, and not when it's at 1,000, okay.
Yeah.
Now, so for the new traders and investors that are coming into crypto, when they see the price of Bitcoin at $4,200, $4,300 right now, right, they're going to be afraid to come in because just because the price tag is so high.
Yes.
Right? What's your thoughts on that?
So I think the crypto market is still so new. Mm-hmm. I think there's still so much growth to be had in the space, the whole market, and Bitcoin is the top dog, and because they're the biggest, Bitcoin it seems to grow faster and go farther than everybody else. They've built an incredible network around the world of diehard fans. You guys know Adam Meister, and he's like, there's nothing but Bitcoin, and I appreciate his views, and his enthusiasm in the space. And but yeah, absolutely, I think there is room to buy. The smarter thing is to watch for the dip, and buy in. But you don't have to buy the whole Bitcoin. You can buy $10 worth of Bitcoin if you want. And I tell people that absolutely, it's easy. Put that Coinbase app on your phone. Boom, you can buy $10, in a few minutes.
Now, what's your thoughts on that, Leon? For the people that think that Bitcoin being at $4,200 is too much.
Okay, so
you think in terms of percentage.
I think in terms of percentage, and just the guys to let you know, I bought my first Bitcoin. Remember, I go many times. I bought it from Charlie Shrem. Yeah. And Bitcoin was around $40. Yeah. And then I had to pay $4, $5 commissions. Yeah.
It was like transaction cost was
between MoneyGram and his fees. And
it was like 50% back then.
Well, it was 10%. Over 10%. I paid over 40 to 45. That's over 10%.
Wow.
Commissions.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you how I felt. Buying Bitcoin at $40 to me back then
seemed expensive.
It felt it feels like people paying $4,000 today.
Yeah.
Because remember at that time it was coming up from like it was only
from 6 cents
to like 6 cents to $1 to $30 to $2. It was only $2 6 months before that. So I mean, this is like I'm paying 20 times more than it was 6 months ago.
So the lesson here is this, guys.
Look, here's my thing.
Yeah.
There's no one that bought Bitcoin that felt that they were early. No matter what you paid, you always felt that, hey, I'm too late. You know, there was even when I was paying, even though it's $4,000 today, and I paid $40, $45. I felt the same way. As people, as newcomers coming in. When I was a newcomer, I felt exactly the same way.
Okay. But basically, it's the percentage that we need to look at, not what the price point is.
Not what the price point is. It's the time. The pretty much time in the market is what's going to matter in the long run. And long run, I don't mean 30 years. I mean like 3 to 5 years. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by long run. So, like I said, I would also suggest that I only put in the amount of money I was willing to lose. And although
I put in all my life savings.
Your life savings with it. I've never recommended anyone do that. I did not do that. I've only put in about say 10% of my net worth. 10% at the time of my net worth. And if you ask me what my advice is, at $4,000 Bitcoin, it would be the same as it was at $40 Bitcoin. Right? I would say, I never ever advocated to anyone to put the majority of their assets into crypto. Right? I didn't do that. It's because now the majority of my assets are in crypto, but it's not because I put that much in. It's because it became
it grew that.
It grew that, right?
But keep in mind, let's make sure the audience understands also, I put my life savings into Bitcoin at that time because of the clearing and settlement technology.
Sure.
I came from a background trading stocks and Forex and futures, and in that world, it takes 3 days to settle a transaction. In theory, but in reality, it takes about 2 weeks before you can get your money. Right? So when I saw that Bitcoin clears and settles instantly, and I can start using that money after Leon sent it to me, I'm like, I'm all in. Like, this is gonna revolutionize Wall Street and finances and everything. And I've never, in my mind, thought that there would ever be a clearing and settlement technology that can settle that quickly. It wasn't because of Bitcoin being a currency, like the libertarians and the anarchists believe, and the guys that want to do away with the Fed. Then those guys, they invested in that because of that reason. I invested in it because of the technology of the clearing and settlement.
Well,
technology.
for me, I made a big bet. Like 10% is quite a big bet, But at the same time, I always realized that, hey, you know what? Google was the 21st search engine, and Facebook. We had Friendster and MySpace before that, right? So I realized that, but in my view, it was like you never really knew like what is going to take off. Was it going to be Google or one of the other 20 search engines? Was it going to be Facebook or one of the other ones? So even though Bitcoin, I think, hey, you know what? I'm going to invest in it, and it might be something that comes later. Right. And so that's why I was a bit more cautious. And if let's say I had to start all over again, I would do the same thing today. Even at $4,000 Bitcoin.
That's it.
Right. It would be the same as $40 Bitcoin.
Right.
And then but here's the difference, I would say, today than when we got started back then. Back then, I mean, I think both of us today, the majority of our crypto is not in Bitcoin. Right?
No.
But back then, I was holding about 80% Bitcoin.
But back then, 100%, when I invested all my life savings into Bitcoin, it was 100% of my crypto portfolio
was in Bitcoin.
It was not even, I didn't even call it a crypto portfolio back then. I just called my Bitcoin a portfolio. Right? Today, we refer to it as my crypto portfolio. And I would say that less than 1 or 2% of my entire portfolio is in Bitcoin.
So in my view, if you say what has changed since when we got started, say 4 years ago, versus today, is that 4 years ago I kept the majority, the vast, like 80% of my crypto was in Bitcoin.
Right.
And today it varies between 5 and 15%. And that's really the big difference. I think the quality of the what's called altcoins are much higher today than they were in 2012, 2013. Like we didn't have projects like Ethereum back then. We didn't have projects like Neo or Dash or
Stratus, Monero.
Yeah, it were you know, back then altcoins were things like Litecoin and Dogecoin. Right? That's really what it was. It wasn't. You know, I think NXT was, I think, technically the best project that was really something different. Back then. And but you know, the marketing and other things,
do a very good job.
I'd say, among other things. Right? So, but back then, most of the coins were like copycat coins, and they didn't really innovate. So I think that actually the altcoin market today, it's much more mature, that we're willing to put the majority of our crypto holdings into it versus a minority 4 years ago. That's a big change.
So one of the other things I wanted to ask you, Pastor Marco, is that when you get into it, right? Like when I first got into it, I was always, you know, worried about, like, you know, is this Bitcoin a scam, or you know, is something going to happen where I'm going to lose all my money? Did you go through any of those emotions or any of those concerns when you got into cryptocurrency at the beginning of 2017?
So 2017, I started trading. You know, February is when I started trading, and before that, when I bought into Bitcoin, I was only $200 that I put in. You know, $248. So if I lost it, you know, it's like, if this is all some big scam, well, whatever. You know, it's $200.
You put your life savings. You didn't roll the dice. You just put everything on black or on red.
And I tend to you know, believe the same way as Leon. You're saying that you put a percentage of your investment portfolio into something, and that's the way I looked at it. I put a percentage, and because I own, you know, real estate and physical gold and silver, and I don't have a retirement. My pastor salary, my full-time salary, doesn't have you know, any way to retire, so I was looking for another investment vehicle, and that's why I went to Bitcoin. And historically, I had seen the potential, and then that's when I started doing the research. After actually I bought it, to pay attention. Okay, this is my investment. Now I need to know what I'm talking about. So I did have concerns, but again, it was a hedged bet, you know. So it's not you know, just it wasn't my life savings. Can
you share with the audience the kind of work that you're doing? You said, you mentioned that you work at the docks.
I work. I'm a lineman, so I take in anchor lines from large, you know, crude oil ships, car ships, you know, those big container ships that come in. And so basically, I tell people, you know, on my channel, I've got strong hands to, you know, hold crypto. You know, I'm not scared. I don't get washed out. You know, Adam Meister says I have a strong hand. So I've built up the strength of my hands from pulling ropes, you know, at my full-time job. And because of crypto, because of this investment, I am looking to, you know, in November go part-time, because this has made me money faster and easier than I've ever made in any other, you know, line of work that I've been in.
Because you come from a manual labor type of background.
Absolutely.
So compared to that to crypto, because I used to work at the shipyards when I was young.
Nothing compares to crypto.
No, like I used to work at the shipyards when I was a teenager, you know, and the size of the ropes that you have to deal with are like the size of my legs.
They are,
and so that's not easy, man.
No.
You know, like if a 2-foot section of one of these anchor ropes fall on you, it can kill you. You know, so when people think of ropes, they think of these little things like this.
Right. No, there's steel cable. Like some of the stuff we do.
The size of that palm tree behind us. You know, so okay, so you were not concerned basically that it was a scam or anything like that, right?
No.
So what was your biggest fears when you started in February, when you started trading altcoins and other things? What were some of the biggest fears that you had?
So basically, you know, my thinking was, I was wondering, did I learn how to trade all this at the right time? You know, because the market, you know, from when I got in 2015, I was thinking, I wish I bought in 2015, you know, versus now, you know, the beginning of this year. And of course, and the market was growing. By February, it was already growing considerably. And the other thing that I was also worried about is crypto. There are now, you know, like ICOs that are scams. I mean, they pop up and then they're gone overnight. And so thinking, am I, you know, making the right calls on some of these? and what are the type of longevity or exit strategy if a coin that I get into, you know, is it going to disappear? The funds that I'm investing, you know, will that disappear? But for the most part, I stayed, you know, with the, you know, like top 20 currencies, because they were more well known. I could research them much easier.
There's more information on the market about them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I had more trust in those. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good approach. You know, wait until you make, you know, grow your portfolio bigger,
right,
before you start venturing out there and taking more risk. You know, with more unestablished cryptocurrencies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, I'll just add to it. You know, back in 2013, I did have quite a few altcoins back then, and basically all of them went to zero.
Wow.
Yeah.
All of them went to zero. I mean, the Ethereum and a few others. You know, that
when we say zero, we mean like near zero.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
no crypto dies.
No crypto ever dies.
You know,
even the scam coins don't die. I mean,
even Moon Coin goes down to one Satoshi, you know,
and it's still there.
It's still there. You can't go any less than that, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but let me ask you this, right? Like, first of all, like, how did you hear about our channel?
So again, when at the beginning of the year, I was thinking I need to start investing more into crypto, and I didn't know what Ethereum was. It showed up in my Coinbase app, and I was like, I don't care about it, you know, because Bitcoin was, you know, what I had studied or understood, and so I looked and I said I need to research Ethereum because I do want to invest more in crypto, and I found Omar Bam's channel. And he was saying, guys, if you're, you know, looking at the market, you want more information, you should be listening to Tizen and, you know, the newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter and, you know, their channel. So that's what I did. And, you know, I'm really happy I did. You know, you guys have definitely been an awesome resource and source of information.
Yeah, I remember last year we made a video about the 7 most influential, you know, 7 influential people channels in crypto, and Omar Bam's channel called Crypto with the number 0 at the end.
Right.
You know, his channel first started, and we believe in giving back to the community. So we saw that, hey, you know, this is a legitimate cryptocurrency news channel, and we were getting some of our news from him. You know. So we talked about his channel, and now like his channel's got like over 40-something thousand subscribers, and you know, it's in my opinion, it's the most popular cryptocurrency news channel out there, and that's reliable too.
Right.
Not a bunch of bullshit, you know. So that's and so, you know, when, you know, we don't mind, you know, shedding light on some of the new up and coming channels like yours. You know, when you contacted us, you know, I reviewed your channel, made sure that you weren't trying to promote some bullshit, you know, because some of these channels out there, they get, you know, they're offered money by these bullshit scam cryptocurrencies to talk about them. And then, you know, I don't know why they want to waste time talking about it for, because they can make significantly more money and do partnerships with different and get sponsors that they can make significantly more money by doing it legitimately than talking about these scam cryptocurrencies, you know. So we were glad to see that, you know. I didn't see any funny videos on your channel. That's why we agreed to come and have you on our channel and talk to you about it. So now, you mentioned that you were making videos to help your family and friends understand more about crypto. And then what was so that, you know, people out there that are getting new into crypto that possibly want to start a channel also, you know, what was your response or your reaction after you made your first few videos, you know? Because there's always these dumbass trolls out there, you know. So as a pastor, you know, and out on the internet preaching about Bitcoins now, you know, what were some of the things that you were surprised about or did not expect?
Sure. So basically, I did. I started the channel because people ask me questions all the time because I can't stop talking about crypto. You know, it's really benefited me, and so, you know, I end up talking about crypto no matter what we're talking about. And so I also saw the potential to be able to teach people what I know, because it's a lot of information to gather. And so if I could just, number one, archive information that I could say, go watch this, you know, when they have these questions, instead of answering one-on-one and taking a lot of time. And the other thing is, I work 2 jobs right now, and so it's like I don't have much time, so I need to start charging for the time that I have, you know, to be able to to teach people what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I started doing that, and I said, I got to point people some way to get more information than I can even individually charge and sit down with someone. So started making videos. I think one of the pleasant things about YouTube is that you said you want to give back. A lot of the crypto channels, the ones of notoriety, feel that way. They feel like they have been blessed, and they want to kind of turn that around.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the information that I got from all of you, you know, to start my own channel was just abundant. That was definitely something that I was surprised about. And all the YouTubers are saying, start your own channel. You know, it's like there's, you know, plenty of room for everyone. It's not like cutthroat like you know, some industries can be. And so I was really surprised about that. And you know, basically I'd already done. I do the ministry podcast channel as well. And so I had some understanding of cameras and lighting and stuff. And so I said, I need to do this. I need to stop, you know, thinking about it and start doing it. And basically, you mentioned that if you know, being done is better than being perfect, you know. And I've learned that, you know, productivity, like perfection is kind of the antithesis of productivity, you know. And so I just kind of go with it, and I just, you know, learning that's a benefit. You just kind of learn on the fly, and things come.
Don't try to be perfect. Just get it done.
Just get it out there, and you learn along the way. You get better about it, you know, as you go, and so that's definitely something that I feel like I'm doing. Learning new software as I go, you know, how to make it look better. And the other thing is, you guys, Adam and Omar Bam, all of you, I was thinking, I could probably, if I try hard, I think I could get on a level to where I can be in that same market and have the same voice. And I think, you know, that's definitely something. It's like, I got to try it. You know, whether or not it works, I got to get out there and try it.
Others have done it. Why can't you do it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we'll even reach out to Omar, you know, because we know them personally. You know, we'll reach out to Omar and Adam Meister and have you on their channels as well, so that way you can get the word out, you know.
I appreciate that.
So let me ask you this, right? So eventually when you start your channel, there's always going to be people that trust what you do, and they're going to reach out and they want you to help them either set up a wallet or do something, you know. What services, or do you have any products or services that viewers that if they're interested in, you know, they can get with you and maybe, because, you know, I mean, like, you know, you took a lot of risk and took a lot of time to acquire this knowledge about crypto, you know, and if somebody wants you to consult with them, what's the best way for them to reach out to you, or what type of consulting services do you have available?
Sure. So people, you know, have asked me about how, you know, I've done my trading, what my portfolio looks like, and so I set up like, it's basically an hour, just basic understanding of trading, you know, how to get into, if you know nothing about crypto, how to, you know, set up you know, accounts, and how to get trading. That's $129, and I do consulting for $100 an hour as well, and you know, any part
and
of the
obviously
crypto.
you accept crypto.
Yes.
You know, because it always cracks me up when businesses talk about crypto, but they don't accept, like, we accept 100% crypto.
Yeah,
and
I would
really
prefer.
Don't care what kind of crypto
I would
it is.
prefer.
Yeah, and that's one way.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, we'll even take Dogecoin. You know, like, you know, if someone wants to pay us Dogecoin for or boot camps or whatever, you know, we'll, you know, as long as it's in like the top 100, you know, we'll go for it. You know.
Yeah.
So it always cracks us up when people say that they're a cryptocurrency channel or they're a cryptocurrency business, but then when you offer to pay with the cryptocurrency, they don't want to accept it. You know. So we accept everything. You know? So,
now the consumers are getting smarter. Like, I don't want to give away my crypto. I'd rather pay you in dollars.
That's right.
That's like, fine. I'll take dollars.
I'll take dollars.
Okay. So, like, what's the best way for viewers to contact you if they need your help or anything?
Okay, so I've got the channel on YouTube, howtobuycrypto.com, and the website, obviously, howtobuycrypto.com. We also have a Facebook group under the same name, How to Buy Crypto. And a lot of people, what you guys, and one of the reasons I got started is you said, you know, people ask you, how do you stay up to date with all the stuff that's out there? And you basically said, there's no way to keep up with all of it, you know. But you've got a community of people that share, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Send information your way. And I was thinking, I should be doing that. I should, you know, I have a lot of information that I can share with people, and other people, once they get into crypto, they start making money, and they spend a lot of time doing exactly what I'm doing, and then they can share what they're studying, and vice versa, and it's symbiotic, you know. And so I decided, I need to do this and get serious about it because I'm missing out. There's only so much you can research on your own.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, awesome to have you on our channel. You know, we like to always introduce. You know, we've had some good, you know, track record with introducing, you know, influential channels like, you know, we brought attention to Omar Bam's crypto news channel, you know, to Bitcoin Meister, Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister's channel, and, you know, Cryptoverse, a bunch of other channels. You know, and so we're, you know, hopefully we can get your channel up there to where it's noticeable and you become an influencer in the crypto market, you know. So if you guys want to follow Pastor Marco's channel, go to howtobuycrypto.com, and we'll leave a link in the description also. And then check it out, leave comments on his channel, make sure you subscribe to it, and then let him know in the comments what you like and not like about his channel, and help him improve it, you know. So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you guys want to learn more about cryptocurrency investing, make sure you go to www.cryptocurrency.market/newsletter and follow us there. And if you guys like these types of videos where we introduce new cryptocurrency channels to you, give us a thumbs up. If you guys don't like it, give us a thumbs down. We're not going to be butthurt about it, right? But at least we'll know to stop making them, right? So we'll be doing, you know, introducing more channels in the future that reach out to us. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. And thanks for coming on to our channel.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And good luck with you and, you know, the hurricane recovery here in Houston and with your church and everything.
Thank you.
So thank you, guys.
Later.